What's up, everybody? We're back for another video. As you can see, we got the Turbo 2 valve completely in pieces right now because we are going through the engine building process of this car for this year, 2023. It's going to be a freaking wild ride. But first and foremost, hope you guys had happy holidays and a good new year. But yeah, it's pretty much going to be a quick update video on this car of what we ordered literally like 2 hours ago today. Finally made up my mind for all the parts, and let's just get right into it. So the short block is still in the machine shop. It's ready to go. We did a 10 over bore on the cylinders. The cylinder walls look pretty good. They were a little out of round, so we just went a little over, and that seemed to work out good. The guys said over there. The heads did get a little work done to them. I think the valve seals were kind of busted and possibly some bent valves. I'm still waiting on a breakdown of what they actually did, but everything checked out good, and they said they're ready to rock. Keeping these heads for now. And as you can see over here, the turbo is sitting out with the merge pipe and all that. Most likely going to upgrade the turbo. I'll get to that towards the end of the video. But yeah, let's jump right into what we ordered. So for pistons, we went with DSS FX series pistons. They are a standard bore 10cc dish. They have the valve reliefs for the PI heads and then the trick flow heads. If I ever wanted to switch over to the trick flow heads, I could. They have those reliefs. It's the forged 2618 alloy, and it's a 10:5:1 compression ratio. So I'm super excited. I've heard pretty darn good things about these pistons, and I'm hoping I don't have any issues. I was stuck between these and Diamond, but I ended up going with DSS. I did get the steel ring upgrade, and then we went with the extreme duty wrist pin upgrade as well. From what I've heard, that's a solid upgrade and worth the money. Next, we can go on to the bearing sets. So I went with a King HP main bearing set for the Romeo block. Also went with the Clevite high performance rod bearing set. Heard those were good, good solid brands and good upgrades as well. For the connecting rods, I was stuck between a couple different brands, but I ended up pulling the trigger on the Molnar Power Adder rods. Now these things are apparently badass. Like the big name guys, Andrew Lavender, and guys that are pushing serious power run these. I think they're good up until like 1200, maybe plus, which is wild. I don't think this car will ever see over 1,000, maybe touching 1,000 we'll see down the line, but I shouldn't have any problems with these connecting rods whatsoever, so I'm super stoked about that. And same with the pistons. They should hold up to, I think it was around like 800, 900, which ideally I want this car to push eventually as its end goal. But yeah, let's keep going on this invoice here. So I did go with basically ARP everything. I didn't want any issues with bolts in general, head studs. So we went with the ARP main stud kit, and we also did the main side bolt kit as well. And then for the head studs, which was a pretty penny, we got the 2000 head stud kit with the hex heads. So these should have no problem at all holding a ton of boost and power. Like I said, 900, 1,000 plus. So figure I'd bite the bullet and go all out on that stuff so I don't have to worry. And last but not least, for the bottom end, this was another one I had to think about, whether I stick with the stock crankshaft and limit myself to what people say between 600 and 700 horsepower, or do I bite the bullet and go with a forged crank. And we went with the forged crank, so we will not have any issues pushing 5, 6, 7, 8, 900 horsepower, 1,000, probably more. We went with the Manley 4340 crankshaft. It's a stock stroke, and it's the 8-bolt crank, so it can definitely hold a good amount of power, and we're not going to have to worry about that. Like I said, we did bite the bullet on that one. I think it was a little over $1,000, something like that, but it's well worth the money, and if you want to push serious power down the line, you're covered, so we went with that route. So yeah, let us know what you think with our decisions on, the brands and types of parts we order for the bottom end. I think we're going to be sitting pretty on this build, and there's still a lot of work to be done. The machine shop said about 4 to 6 weeks once they get the parts in. So if they get them within a week or two, we're looking at the end of February, possibly for them finishing. So fingers crossed this goes pretty smooth and fast. Still a lot of work to be done to this car. Fuel system, clutch, transmission, and a few other big things. Yeah, drop a comment what you guys think of what we bought, and with those 3 things I just listed. Also, if you have any suggestions, I do have a couple in the back of my head of what preference I want to run, but I'd be curious to hear from you guys what you have or what you've heard works well. And yeah, it's pretty much going to be it. We'll try and keep you posted throughout the coming weeks. Real quick, the turbo, I'm probably going to want to sell that. So if you guys want a 7665 on-3 performance turbo with the billet aluminum compressor housing, hit us up through Instagram and we can figure something out, pricing and shipping it out. But I'm most likely going to be running either their BMF turbo, which is a 7675, or something of that nature to push, you know, up into the 800, 900 horsepower range. So that's going to be bad to the bone. That's a little down the line. But yeah, let us know what turbo you think we should run. And until next time, we're out. Peace.